Would you like to teach your dog to follow? In this video, I will demonstrate how to teach your dog to follow perfectly in a positive way. Teaching your dog to follow is different from teaching your dog to walk without pulling, and I will explain that in a video soon. I always teach a dog to follow using the positive clicker training method. Before you can teach your dog to follow the way I do it, it's important to have completed the free clicker training course parts 1, 2, and 3. Because the dog should eventually follow neatly right beside me, I start the training along a door or wall. This way, I essentially enclose the dog between myself and the door so it learns to walk directly beside me. Before you can start with following, you need to teach your dog the command heel. Heel is the command for your dog to sit neatly right next to you on the left side. Lure your dog with a handful of healthy reward treats between you and the wall or door. Gradually reduce the space between you and the door step by step. Try to stand upright and move your arm backward. When your arm can't go any further back, move your hand forward again so that your dog makes a turn. Click when the dog's shoulder is approximately at your knee. When the weather is nice and you can train without a jacket, I use a reward bag that you can attach to your belt. It's ideal in the summer or when you don't want reward treats in your pocket. It's crucial not to proceed too quickly now. The dog should quickly execute the turn without you excessively using your hand for assistance. Only when this happens swiftly and smoothly, you can have your dog sit next to you. To make your dog sit quickly, move your hand upward towards your face. When you do this, his head goes up, and his rear automatically goes down. To maintain the speed you've built up, click sometimes for the sit, and sometimes just for the turn without the sit. Variation ensures that your dog never knows when the click, and thus the reward, is coming. This keeps your dog working quickly and attentively. Now you can begin with the first steps, and I emphasize steps because most people make the mistake of taking too many steps right away. Taking many steps with complete attention from your dog won't work immediately. Your dog must first learn to walk forward while simultaneously maintaining eye contact with you. This can only be achieved by building it up very slowly. Apart from building up slowly, repetition is key. Train for 5 to a maximum of 10 minutes twice a day. Ensure that the dog assumes the correct position. Initially, teach the correct position with a lot of hand assistance. So, hand backward, make the turn hand upward towards your face, and the dog sits. Then, your dog pays complete attention to your hand with reward treats. We must quickly reduce the attention on the hand with reward treats. The dog should focus on you and not the hand with reward treats. The hand with reward treats is only there to guide your dog quickly and correctly into the right position. We phase out in the same way as demonstrated in the free online clicker training course. Initially, move your hand towards your face so the dog assumes the correct position. Then, put your hand behind your back. The dog is already familiar with this. The dog has already learned this system from the clicker training course, and as you can see here, will pick it up very quickly. Although dogs will grasp this quickly, the following exercise is not one that can be learned correctly very rapidly. It typically takes me about 3 weeks to teach a dog to follow properly, and I train every day, morning and evening, 5 to a maximum of 10 minutes each time. What I find important is that both the dog and I enjoy the training sessions. Look at this dog. Observe his tail. The dog is enjoying it, and so am I. Only then do you get a dog that learns to follow very eagerly and proficiently. I still train without commands. I don't give the foot or follow command. I do this for every new exercise that I teach the dog. I will only start giving commands when the dog precisely does what I want, and I am sure he will do it. So, I associate the command with the desired behavior. I first teach the dog the desired behavior, and then I associate a command with it. At this point, I could begin with that. As you can see, I stand next to the door, and the dog, without any influence, sits neatly next to me. Pay attention. When the dog exhibits that behavior, I can start teaching him that it means heel. As I stand next to the door, every time the dog displays this desired behavior, and I give the heel command, your dog learns that heel means to sit neatly next to you. With the following exercise, we need to work very precisely. The moment the dog, as you can see here, starts to push forward, you stop immediately and do not reward the dog. Stay calm and start again until the dog walks neatly beside you. With this dog, we have trained long enough, and he understands that he should sit and follow neatly right next to me. Now, we can continue the training without practicing alongside a wall or door. This is an entirely new situation for the dog because the door or wall is now absent. What we've learned in the clicker training course is that a dog is very sensitive to different situations. In a new situation, we always start training again with a lot of hand assistance. The significant advantage is that you've already taught the dog along the door, so he only needs to learn it without walking alongside the door. The dog will pick this up quite quickly. Start with a few very small steps again, definitely not too fast. If you go too quickly, the attention will immediately wane, and that's what we don't want. After all, we need to be able to run an IGP program later, and the dog must have complete attention. So far, we've only followed small, straight sections. But eventually, we need to be able to make all the turns, left, right, and the dog must continue to follow neatly with full attention on you. I always begin by following to the right. Following to the right, as you see here, is easier than to the left. That's because with left turns, you go against the dog's natural movement. Here comes a very important part. We're going to gradually reduce the hand assistance here, just like we did from the heel position. So, initially, your hand is by your face, and then it goes behind your back. We will apply this during following as well. During following, we'll start with a bit of hand assistance, and then, while following, we'll place the hand on our back. It's crucial that you only click when your hand is on your back. Only then will your dog learn that the click, and thus the reward, comes only when your hand is not present. You can vary this approach. Take a few steps with your hand at times, then place your hand back on your back. Afterward, move your hand towards your face again, but click only when your hand is on your back. This way, you can quickly run an IGP program with full attention without hand assistance. Those who have paid close attention may have noticed that when I start the following exercise, I always step away with my left leg. I often do this very deliberately with my left leg, even quite exaggeratedly. I do this intentionally to teach the dog that when I step away to the left, the dog must always come with me. Later, in the sit and down exercises where the dog has to stay seated or lying down, I deliberately step away with my right leg. Dogs are visually oriented. If I do this often enough, I can ensure that the dog understands without a command when it should stay seated or lying down or come with me. Once your dog understands the following exercise, well, it's essential to apply it in different situations. This is crucial because dogs are very sensitive to specific situations. Training in various environments is something that is not done enough. If you find my videos informative and would like to follow more free courses, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's entirely free, and this way you'll always be informed when I upload a new video.